Boys, get in there.
All right, cool. It is officially filming.
It's officially filming. 21 total viewers for the first episode. We are fucking balling. We're going to be a household name in a year's time, I'm calling it. I'm manifesting this shit now. The date today is Monday the 20th of November at 1:38 p.m. And I'm manifesting that on Monday the 20th of November 2024, Film FM will be a global, worldwide sensation on par with the Joe Rogan podcast. It will be a household name. It will be a well-respected and esteemed film review podcast. And we will be fucking minted, boys.
Although to authentically review films, you'd think that you'd watch them. Which someone hasn't actually seen this film.
Just because I haven't,
this is true.
I've watched Batman. What was episode 2?
Was it Star Wars?
I've watched Star Wars.
It wasn't.
Just because I haven't watched 7, I've watched all the films so far, and I was going to watch it, but like I said last night, I had a work night out, and that kind of put a spanner in the works.
And you had to. I'm gonna keep a track of how many times one of us hasn't seen the movie.
Oh no, not another list.
Shall we start with the film? Shall we start with the actual episode now?
Yeah, fuck it. This is just like behind the scenes, a little laugh. This is for exclusive content for the people who actually. We should start a Patreon and then make people pay to hear.
Who the fuck would
awful
pay for
crap?
Mate, this is fucking sick. I'd pay for it.
You watch? No, we'll start an OnlyFans and put it on there.
Yes.
With some suggested material.
How's that going to work though? Because are we just going to have to put like audio?
It's
shit,
us doing the podcast, but naked.
I don't think I'll be.
You just
hear
part. Just in the background like that.
Okay, so far on the list of who didn't watch the film, we have one episode for Alfie. We're still doing good, Connor.
Yeah,
at the end of the end of the podcast, whoever has the most dies.
Oh,
yep.
Okay. Well,
just
to be
dead
fair,
instantly.
If we was going to do Blade Runner 2049, like my original suggestion was for my episode, you two would have been fucked.
Yeah, but the difference is,
no,
if you told me in
I've
advance,
already seen
I
it.
did tell you in advance. I told you in advance. I was like, I'm thinking about doing Blade Runner 2049. I was like,
you
me.
You decided on Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, because you said you and Connor didn't see them, so I was like, okay, I'll just do Wolf of Wall Street then.
I've seen Blade Runner.
He warned you.
No, I'm on about Blade Runner 2049.
I've seen Blade Runner 2049. I would have watched Blade Runner 2049.
All right,
I've seen both Blade Runners.
Okay.
Look, how dedicated I am.
I'm not having this. I've seen both Blade Runners.
He's seen both?
I've seen both the fuckers.
Don't disrespect.
Have you seen both of them?
My job.
Alpha.
I actually haven't seen the
Exactly.
original. I want to.
You should have seen the. To be fair, I've seen Tron Legacy, but not the original Tron.
Okay, that's actually sort of disappointing.
I should probably watch the original, shouldn't I?
Should I do an intro now?
No, this is gold. I thought we're already in it. You know what I mean? No, go on. Explain what we're doing.
Okay, right. So today we're reviewing the film Seven, aren't we, guys?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Exciting stuff, boys! Exciting stuff.
So yeah, Seven came out in 1995, so quite a while ago now. It's quite old compared to us, I'd say.
Well, definitely,
but, you know, it's still up there. Directed by David Finch and written by Andrew Kevin Walker.
You knocked you moved the keyboard and you knocked that mouse, and I'm hoping that noise didn't.
Yeah, that audio it definitely picked up. I heard it through the headset.
Oh god! All right, well, fuck you, Connor. Honestly,
Connor.
Keep going.
Didn't David Finch do Fight Club as well?
Yep.
I've not seen Fight Club.
Which is it's an episode.
But I would have watched it if we were going to do one though.
We will do a Film FM.
When we're going to do that, I'll watch it.
Mark my words, we will do a Film FM episode on Fight Club, and Alex hopefully will watch it.
I'll tell you what, if any of us do go for 3 episodes without watching one, I will kill them, even if it's me.
Well, I will watch
kill yourself.
anything.
Yeah, I will. 3 strikes and you're out. I swear to God, I will kill anyone.
Bloody hell.
Well, I haven't missed yet.
I'm already down 1. I'm fucked here, lads.
The next...
just one episode, I just won't be here, and it'll be like someone else will take over, and no one will hear from me ever again.
Like
and
Ladkins, hopefully not.
Fucking Ladkins is going to take over.
What do you mean, hopefully not? Ladkins is a real one.
Yeah, just not Jamie.
No.
Yeah, Jamie was actually... So episode 3 was going to be the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. We are still doing that, but we are going to... We've got into a booth. We're going to record episode 3 through 5 in one go. And it was going to be FNAF, and then Wolf of Wall Street, and 7. But the thing is, Jamie, we're going to get Jamie on. Our good friend, Jamie Malzer.
It's just dox him now. He lives in...
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking
don't dox him.
No.
And he was going to come and record with us. Oh, you've just knocked the fucking.
Oh mate, I've just banged my knee off the table.
And that might affect the audio.
That definitely will affect the audio.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell. The
that's
point-
getting cut out.
The point is, Jamie, he was going to come in because he likes the FNAF movie. He's going to come talk to us. But currently, it is, what time is it? It's 1:43, and he's not answering his fucking phone. And
We started filming at. We got in here and started getting setting up at what 1:10.
10
quarter past one.
and he's
Yeah.
still not here. So worst case, I'm going to try and get someone else to guest star.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get like a last minute.
Probably get Ladkins. He's a real one, you know.
Yeah, he'll do it.
He'll do it.
He's a
He'll-
legend.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the film.
Yeah, let's talk about the film. Just like Fight Club, it's got a pretty expensive cast, also including Brad Pitt playing the detective Mills.
Sexy boy himself.
But in this, we also have Morgan Freeman as
Smooth
Somerset
voice. Smooth
and
boy.
Kevin Spacey playing John
Ooh.
Doe, the villain. Scary.
Well, I mean, I guess he's villain playing a villain, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. Kevin Spacey's he's had his moments, hasn't he?
His moments, Jesus Christ.
He's,
Yeah.
he's pretty good in this film, I like to think. The film has got very good ratings, is what I will say. It's got an 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 4.3 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah, see, it's
So-
quite a well rated movie. Like when you say, oh, you talk about something like people are like, oh, it's a brilliant film, brilliant film.
Yeah, yeah.
But well deserved, I think. From what I've seen of it,
Which isn't a lot.
which isn't a fat lot. I'm not gonna lie. No, I've done a bit of research, as much as I could in the space of half an hour.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, listen, don't even. I'm still writing the script for the Wolf of Wall Street one as we're fucking
Oh my
doing
God,
this.
really? You've not come very prepared, have you? You've got until the end of this podcast.
Listen, right, it's all I need. Look, I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
But
Right,
in
okay.
2024, we'll be an elite prepared team. This is the early
Yeah,
days.
these
you
are
know.
the early days.
Yeah, exactly.
We're building up, but my words, we will soon be the most organised. We'll be like the number one podcast
Yeah,
on
it'll
Spotify.
be
We'll be a fucking powerhouse.
Joe
Well,
Rogan Experience,
Yeah.
Film FM.
We'll
Yes.
remember the early fans who are listening to these ones. What's that guy who what's our biggest fan called, Connor?
The one,
The blonde guy.
yeah, Josh Dan.
Josh
Shout
Dan.
out Josh
Now
Dan.
Josh Dan, our biggest fan, has requested that Connor makes some weird noises. I think that was his request.
I feel like we must fill in this request for Josh Danny.
So if you'd like to do that now for us.
That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
I'm not making weird noises.
Please,
for
Josh
the-
Dan
Also,
really,
just put your
really
phone
wants
down. I
it.
feel like that's gonna. That if any noises are happening, it's not me. It's all Connor's fault. Even when Alfie banged his leg.
It was Connor's fault.
I'm not being, I'm not under the control of this fanatic already. Like, it's
sorry.
not
No,
happening.
come on. He loves us. He loves our podcast, and we need to.
He's our
keep
number
him.
one fan. He's
our number one
literally been
fan.
here from day one. You
This
need
is for you,
to...
Josh. This is for you.
It's not for you. I want to.
Snake.
Would you? Okay, you know what?
Sorry, mate. It's a bit
Okay,
snaky.
so anyway, the film has a serial killer going around murdering people based on the 7 deadly sins, which are. Here we go. Let me try this.
Go on, mate.
Right,
Can
go
you
for it.
remember
Not-
them all off by heart?
Not in order. Not
Okay.
in order of the film. I'm just going to see
Okay.
what I can do. Wrath,
Yes.
envy,
Yes.
lust,
Yes.
pride,
Yes.
gluttony, greed.
And one more.
Oh, sloth. Oh,
Hang on.
Did he?
What
that's
about
it.
lust?
I said lust.
He said
Did you?
list. Yeah,
I
he
think-
said
I'm
list.
fucking tripping.
I think I got
There
them
you
all.
go. You got them all.
Fair play, mate.
You
Well
did
done.
actually do
Okay.
it. Well done.
Thank you. So what's the first one then, Connor?
So, I've written some notes here.
Okay, no, you're in charge of this. This is a Connor episode.
Yeah,
He's in charge.
this is Connor's episode. So the audio levels Connor set up himself. He's got the notes. He's done all the preparation. So if this is a shit episode, blame Connor.
Okay then. Well, that's a good start. I wanted to first talk about the setting because
Okay.
I thought it was a really good setting.
Okay.
So it's set in. Actually, throughout the entire film, they don't actually name the city. They just call it. It's like titled the city, but it is set in a fictional county of Bardanch in America,
I see.
and it's supposed to be obviously quite a bleak, sort of depressing, almost like brutalist.
Yeah, it seems
type
a bit
city.
like Gotham.
I have written that down actually.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
very Gotham.
I'm a
like.
genius.
There's no Batman though.
There's no
to
Batman.
Defend the city. From
Unfortunately,
No,
it could really
Kevin
do with
Spacey.
it.
Just
He
This-
could
Morgan
with
Freeman.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, just Morgan Freeman, just Lucius Fox on his wands
Yeah.
in the city. Yeah, no, it definitely is like Gotham. It's very, it always seems to be really dark, raining, quite depressing, really.
Yeah. Apparently, so it was based off the writer's experience, Andrew Kevin Walker, his experience living in New York. Apparently.
Damn, that guy
Which-
did not have a good time in New York.
No, yeah, it's that he mentioned a lot of the fact that the city was suffering from a lot of urban decay
Okay.
in a way, but I think it really sort of fits the vibe of the whole thing. Really, it is very Gotham. I think
Oh,
Gotham
yeah,
is the
definitely,
best word for it.
Yeah.
Gothic.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Gothic.
It's just when you think
not.
of the city
Dreary.
Gotham and like what you imagine, it's the best way of describing the city in the film because it is. It's just
Yeah.
really tall buildings, always dark, always raining. It always
Shithole.
seems really claustrophobic and just kind of
Birmingham.
yeah, just Birmingham.
Yeah,
That is
just Birmingham.
for those of you who don't know. I don't think actually we've spoke about this before, but Film FM is based in Birmingham.
Yeah.
We might have doxed ourselves here.
Yeah, come to Birmingham, come to my ends, come
Yeah.
to Smethwick, Birmingham.
Yeah,
Come
of
to
course.
Smithy. That's for Danny G. I'll break your fucking legs. No,
I'd love to meet Danny G.
yeah, you would, mate.
I would.
Yeah, Film FM is based in Birmingham.
Unfortunately.
Which is nice. So we can relate to this quite a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah, exactly.
find.
Birmingham is basically the Gotham of the UK.
Mm.
To make London metropolis then.
Yeah. What about Keystone? Is it
Excuse me?
Keystone?
Is Keystone...
The Flash's one, isn't it?
No, that's Central City. Keystone is that Green Lantern? I
Oh,
think?
it might be actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Keystone? Manchester? Do you like Manchester? You like Manchester?
I like Manchester.
I don't know what you're on about.
Let's not ruin all our potential listeners from Manchester. I like Manchester.
No,
Yeah,
I do like
like
Manchester as well.
Now that you say it, if you put it in that way, I like Manchester.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Um,
Birmingham is where Film FM is based. We are fighting for our lives in the city every single day. It's
Yeah.
hell. We could really do with like a vigilante like Batman to
yeah, or
to
Morgan
help.
Freeman.
Or Morgan Freeman, exactly.
Yeah, I also think, but I think the setting sort of fits quite well, nicely into the villain John Doe, aka Kevin Spacey, and almost the concept behind his motives and his murders.
Okay.
Because a lot of why he's based his like killings on, the 7 deadly sins is his idea. I think he says this near the end when he's in the car. Is his hatred for the tolerance the city has for certain sins,
Okay.
and I think you see this through the movie. For example, the chase scene where they're chasing him through like these like apartment blocks.
Yeah.
There's a
I've seen
scene
that.
where you look up and they're throwing stuff down at him and whatever, and they're all saying, "Oh, keep it down" and whatever, and there's no regard for, the fact that it's police and it's a crime or anything.
Yeah, stuff's actually happening.
Yeah, there's no people don't care about crime unless it directly affects them, and I think the point of that the villain tries to make is that these main cities and hubs for people have built a tolerance for crime,
Okay.
and that's why he does what he does. I mean,
That being said, he's also a hypocritical nutcase who deserved what came to him.
no, of course, yes.
So, yeah.
Especially with what happens at the end.
Started a bit there. I hope that's not. I hope,
You're
so
fine, mate.
I
Don't
mean,
worry about
bother
it.
anyone in the.
I think the way I kind of see it is through his eyes, and he thinks that he's doing the city like a favor,
Yeah.
and he thinks he's helping the city to realize kind of how almost corrupt the entire city has become, and how kind of because it's very very kind of religious, the 7 deadly sins and,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So how kind of corrupt and how evil the city has become, and he's trying to free the city from this corruption in the best way he can think of, which is obviously quite sick and twisted.
Yeah,
It's
almost
through these crimes.
Making a message, isn't it?
Yeah,
For
yeah,
the
sending
masses.
a message to the city, trying to make them aware of the way things are, and because he's sick of it. He kind of tries to take a stand against that.
Yeah, I think the world building in the film does pretty well at that. Like I said earlier, with the chase scene and with Somerset, Morgan Freeman's character,
Yeah.
he quotes. He does. He sort of has this quote where it says, "If you're in trouble, shout fire, not help, because people don't respond to help in the city." I think that
it's something they tell.
That's interesting.
Apparently, like rape prevention, like stuff, they tell you to. That's what they say. They say yell fire, because if you yell rape, people aren't going to come save you.
Yeah.
Which is very grim, quite frankly.
It is, but the reality of it is that people are quite selfish, and they will, if you shout help or like you say rape or something like that, it only concerns you, and people are only concerned about themselves, aren't they? They don't necessarily really care about a random person on the streets. They'll just look the other way and kind of let it pass by. But if you yell fire, that endangers them as well. They're in danger as well, so they're more inclined to help.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, but I think the world building is pretty good. It has a pretty good conclusion, I find, as well.
Okay.
Again, I will say, when talking about the end of the film, we have said all this, and just because the guy has a point doesn't mean anything that he's doing is correct.
Yeah, doesn't mean it's acceptable. It is still. We're not. Listen, Film FM does not promote murder or
head off and put it in a box.
No,
we don't promote. We don't condone this kind of behaviour. We are very strongly against it, because I feel like this is going to be a lawsuit in the future. Like
You're messing with that other mic.
Yeah, fuck that other mic. It doesn't work.
I'm worried about sound. You know what I mean? Like
It's not even on. If Alex has done his not Alex. If Connor's done his job.
No,
correctly,
I mean just you moving it around and you shake the table.
No, it's fine.
Do you want me to give you a stress ball?
I could do it like a fidget toy or something. I think
Do you think?
I think I need one. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the film, obviously John Doe finishes with his message of the 7 deadly sins, with him ending I believe he ends as envy, and he uses mills to represent wrath.
Do you not want to talk about any of the other sins earlier on?
We can if you'd like. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen. Obviously, I haven't seen the whole movie, so I don't know what these different crimes are. So would you like to walk us through the different crimes?
The first one, if I recall, is gluttony.
Okay.
Where they've got a fat bloke, and he's forced him to eat himself to death.
Oh.
And he's body bursts, which is quite grim.
Okay.
I feel. What's second, Connor?
The second one is.
Is he looking it up? Do you not remember?
I'm just going to get it. I can't remember what order they're
this
in.
guy clearly hasn't done enough preparation for his Film FM episode.
Unlike you,
unlike me, who is
Unlike
really prepared, writing the script for a future episode whilst we also record
the
this.
episode will record in half an hour. I am also doing that, but not for anything Film FM related. We are all double tasking.
Yeah, we're all multitasking here. This is once again, some more Film FM lore for you. We're all uni students. I think
they put that in the bio.
Oh, did they?
I think it's yeah.
Well, if people actually did their homework, then they'd know. If not, then yes, we are all uni students. So life is hard. Times are rough, and we have a lot of things to be doing. So here we are, multitasking, recording a podcast while also making notes and doing research on our phones for other projects and assessments and stuff. So
I believe
anyway,
the second one was greed.
It's greed. They kill a lawyer.
Yeah, the defense attorney.
Okay.
Eli Gould, I think it's called.
Eli Gould.
Yeah.
As you can see, Connors, he knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, so obviously not apparently. I do remember this one now. He forced him to. Well, he died because of his bleeding to death after he was forced to cut a pound of his own flesh off screen.
Ugh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I realise it. This sounds very similar to Saw. These sound like saw traps.
They do sound like saw traps.
Yeah,
like eating until you fucking stomach bursts and you dies, or I'm fairly sure one of the saw traps actually was. Obviously, I'm guessing Saw copied 7 because 7 came out in '95.
I think it
didn't
could
it?
be coincidental.
It could be coincidental, yeah. But one of the saw traps I seem to remember was it was this really fat guy and then this skinny woman, and he was both of you have to cut off a certain amount of flesh in this time frame where you both die, and whoever cuts off the right amount of flesh first wins.
Did
Obviously
she cut
you
off her arm?
so you assume the fat guy wins because he's got all these extra effects. So he starts like cutting away at his stomach and stuff. And this woman is fucking hard as nails, absolute unit. She just cuts off her arm and she exceeds the limit. And obviously she escapes and the fat guy dies.
She is in a later film in they have like a support group and she's there with like a.
Oh yeah, she isn't she? Yeah.
What a legend.
I know. Honestly, new Film FM episode. Saw ?
Yeah, I haven't watched the new one yet.
I haven't either. But I've seen.
I missed it in cinema.
I've seen most of them.
I've seen all the Saw films.
Have you?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Well, yeah, we
Not
could.
a good use of your time. I think another one was Pride. I want to say I don't know if that's third. It's like no, Sloth is third. I think because they go to find the killer, and there's that whole chase in like an apartment building, and in there's like a guy who's been like in bed for like a year or something, and he looks like a corpse, and I think he manages to survive actually.
Yeah, near the end of the scene, there's like a little jump scare, isn't there, where he pops back to life, but I don't know whether he was. I think he might. I feel like he died later on, didn't he?
He's in hospital, and I don't think they tell you whether he.
Okay.
I don't want to go much into it, but
who knows?
Well, you don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Shit.
Pride, I think, is fourth. It's like someone who like had cosmetic surgery, like cuts her face off and like leaves her in bed or whatever.
Yeah, he gave her the choice, didn't he? She can either live almost in his eyes ugly, or die. So she had the choice, and obviously she took the other option, which was death.
And then the darkest one probably is Lust.
I've heard this actually. The worst one was Lust. I have actually heard that.
So they went into. You're just slamming that. Just gonna slam that down for the whole audience.
Yeah, slam that plastic bottle down.
So Connor, Lust is like a dude. So they put a strap. I don't even want to describe this.
It's a knife strap on.
It's a knife strap on, and a man is forced to put it on. I don't know how he fit that on, if I'm honest. But that's not the point. And then he has a gun to his head and he's forced to fuck a prostitute to death with it.
Jesus.
Fortunately, they do not show you that because I didn't need that.
I wanted to see that.
I didn't need that.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah, I really did. That'd have been fun to watch.
Well, you know what? You do you, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know whether I would want to see that, but yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I don't know, the effects team, like the makeup or artist team, whatever, did a good job on I think a lot of the gore and whatever, and making it really gritty for these scenes, because some of these are very brutal.
Yeah, I can imagine they can be quite graphic. Because I'm guessing, like, you don't really see what happens, but you see the aftermath of it.
Yeah,
when like the detectives come in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after that one, that's when, of course, Kevin Spacey's the character John Doe turns himself into the police.
Ah, okay.
And he doesn't have any like record. He's like the Joker in The Dark Knight. He doesn't have any like records or anything, so they don't know who he is.
Yeah, and it's quite odd actually, because obviously John Doe, the actual name John Doe, is used for quite a lot of legal records in America.
It's because it's a placeholder name if they can't identify someone.
Exactly,
or it's Jane Doe if you're a woman, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought that name. Like, is that actually his name, or did they give him that name because they couldn't identify him?
That's the name. I think he's chosen to use that name.
Yeah,
I think he's using it because it's an unidentifiable name.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
But of course, then he turns himself in, and that's about the point that you see Kevin Spacey is sort of that's when you see him properly, because he's in the movie early. He is the he's like a crime scene photographer.
Yeah.
He's not like a legal one. He's like a paparazzi, I suppose, who's come into. Not paparazzi. I'm not getting the right word.
Not Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, yeah.
Yeah. He's like a I guess he works for a newspaper or something, and he's going around taking pictures. And when I didn't see the guy's face, I was like, oh, that's probably the killer in it, and it was.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then
look at that.
They're confused why he's not why he's turned himself in when he's got two more to do, and he agrees to say, he says he's already done it, and he'll show them where the bodies are, if he's allowed to come with the two detectives to where it is, which is out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and if they don't, he falls for
insanity.
Yeah, insanity. That's it, and gets scot-free apparently.
So they decide to go with him in a car, and they've got like police copters like like following him with like snipers. So it's in the middle. It's like out in the like the desert. So he's not going to escape
Yeah.
like or anything. And they get there, and like a van starts coming, and I was thinking at this point, does he have like an accomplice? And it's a delivery van. He's been paid $500 to deliver a box. And for quite a while in my life, I'd wondered where the scene "What's in the box?" where that was from.
Yeah.
And it's from this movie. So what we haven't really talked too much about is like the main detectives themselves. Morgan Freeman's character, he's like 7 days off retirement, and he's he's not married, he doesn't have any kids or whatever. And then you've got Brad Pitt's character, who's like, he's new to town. He's not unexperienced. He's got 5 years in homicide, but he's just moved here, and he's got himself a wife who's played by Gwyneth Paltrow. And about half an hour before the end of the film, she just kind of stops appearing in the movie. And I think at that point, I was like, oh, okay, I know what's going on here. And in the box is, in fact, Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yeah.
How lovely.
And because the ultimate plan is that Kevin Spacey is envy, because he envies Mel's life with his wife, and then wrath is Mel's because he kills him out of frustration of of Kevin Spacey killing his wife.
That's clever.
So then he shoots him to death, even though Morgan Freeman convinces him not to.
Yeah.
And then Mel's like walks off, and he gets put. I don't know. The film ends with him in the back of the police car getting like, I don't know, Mel's getting in the back of a police car getting driven off. I don't know if he's being arrested necessarily. I just like he's being taken away.
I mean, I'd assume so. He shot and killed
Kevin Spacey.
Well, he wasn't innocent, but yeah, suspect. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the film, Morgan Freeman is asked where he'll sort of like what he'll be doing, where he'll be, and he's like, I'll be around, which maybe implies he's going to keep being a police officer. I suppose it's a bit ambiguous, but
Yeah, I guess it was intentionally left that way, just kind of
He sort of gives.
In case they want to make 8.
He sort of gives the hope, doesn't he, that there's someone still there, because like another thing is like the rest of the police officers are there. They do their job out of necessity, not out of the need to do
like
it,
a wanting to do the job.
Yeah, basically. Throughout the whole film, it's made very clear that they don't actually care, and that these are the only 2 detectives that are actually doing anything, basically.
Okay.
I think one thing I quite liked about the movie is that I think it seems like a more realistic, in the sense that like there's a scene where they're in like a car or a taxi, I forget which, and Brad Pitt asks Morgan Freeman like about like his time as a I said like a lot there. It's going to annoy me when I listen back to it. And that is time as a cop. And Morgan Freeman says that like he's never been shot, or like I don't think he'd even like fired his gun, or like he'd used it once or whatever. And Brad Pitt's the same. He's like fired his gun once, and it's just like, yeah, I suppose that's a more realistic take than like he's shot 30 fools. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put away the whole prison, like.
Put away the whole prison, took down a whole gang himself or whatever.
Yeah.
He's not Batman.
No, not Batman.
I quite liked sort of the realism of it, I suppose. And I thought Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt were very good in the roles.
Yeah, I think that their characters were both really good, and I think it also fits well. Did you notice like where they lived and stuff? Mm-hmm. Also fit well with the city. Like I know, was it Mills who lived like under like the metro or some crap? Yeah,
he lives under a train line, so like the fucking house shakes when he's having dinner.
Yeah, exactly. And I know that's like a big plot thing with the wife and whatever. And to be fair, I think it just helps with the world building of just showing that the city is crap and he has moved to like this absolute horror show to help out.
Is it Mills or Mel's?
I think it's Mills.
Because if so, I think I might have said Mel's earlier on, but
well, I've got it written down as Mills here.
We correct our mistakes mid-episode.
Yeah, you're really, really skilled at this, you can tell.
Well, this is only episode 3.
That's true. We have a long way to go.
We're
a long way to grow.
We don't have. I mean, we're going to improve. We'll make a trailer soon, I reckon.
Ooh.
Yeah, should be good.
Should be banging.
Do you guys have ratings for this film?
Well.
No,
You've not seen it.
I haven't seen it, so
not you.
I've heard very good things of it, though. I've heard people talk of it very highly when they speak about it and stuff. So, I will actually watch it at some point. Like I swear, no, I will, because I do want to watch it. Because like I said, I've got the DVD of it. I do want to watch. It's on my list of things I want to watch. I just haven't got time.
Episode 78, we do it again.
Yes,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
In an episode in the future, we do it again, but I've actually watched the film this time, so I have a bit more to say. No, yeah, like I say, everyone that has seen the film, I think, always speaks really highly of it. They say it's a really good film. So I'm inclined to believe that it is a really good film. And it sounds, to be fair, it sounds really good. But by talking about it today, it does sound really, really good.
I would give it, I want to say I'm a 7 or an 8. I'm a bit unsure. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah,
I think it is really good.
I think I'd have to agree with an 8, if I'm going to be honest with you. I think I've got it good down as an 8 on my letterbox.
I quite like...
Not an 8, but like a 4.
I quite like how... Because what you don't get very commonly and stuff is, like, the narrative ends with the villain winning. It's really uncommon, quite frankly. Like, I know in, like, Empire Strikes Back, like, Darth Vader, like, beats Luke Skywalker, but then in the next one he beats him. I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, purely the end of the story itself is, John Doe gets what he wants, he wins. And I can't think of many examples where the villain wins, like that, The Dark Knight. I'm sure there are more.
Empire Strikes Back?
No, but no, that's what I was just saying. Like, not something where they win like part way through. Something where the end. But no,
the end result is the villains
the end
winning.
result is the villain winning, and I know The Dark Knight is the second film in the trilogy, so that might sound a bit confusing. But that is the last appearance of the Joker.
Yeah.
The Joker never. He gets what he wants.
He wins.
And he wins the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
If there was a third one where he came back and Batman beat the shit out of him again, then that wouldn't count. But like.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
not a lot of films have the balls to do that, I think, and it can work quite well if it's done well.
It's got to be done well, because like if the villain wins, it's like how satisfying is the conclusion, I suppose. But I think this is a satisfying end to 7, and I will give it. I feel inclined to give it a 7 because it's called 7.
That's
actually.
I mean, I'm gonna give it an 8, but if you give it a 7 for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a bad reason to give it that.
I'm gonna give it a 7, but I can't decide between 7 or 8. If I'll go with 7 because the film's called 7.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I think that's probably it for my episode that I've done today.
You think that's good?
Yeah.
You know what, Connor? I think you did a really, really good job with this. I'm proud of you. You did well. You did really well. So well done. Let's everyone at home. Let's give a round of applause for Connor. You did really well.
Thank you
well done.
No
worries.
We'll spike the audio just for one last time.
Yeah, fuck your eardrums.
Yeah.
No, anyway, I guess we'll speak to you all next time on
we'll
another
call it a
episode
wrap.
for Film FM, where we will probably be doing
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street
Coming
or
to
Five
FNAF
Nights at
last, I
Fairy.
think.
Yeah, what comes first? Wolf of Wall
Wolf
Street.
of Wall Street and then FNAF. Gives me some time to try and find another guest because
Yes,
Jamie's
because
probably
Jamie
asleep.
snaked us.
Well, there you go.
Well,
then.
ladies and gentlemen, it's my episode coming up next. Wolf of Wall Street. Let's go. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Make sure you
Tune in
for that one. It's going to be brilliant.
All right, see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.